We've got with us Patricia Dixon, who writes for the American Thinker, and we're talking about her article, two articles actually that she wrote. One concerning the abuse of the black community by Democrats. You hear from them on election time and kind of ignore you all the other time. And then her more recent article about how I call it the exodus of the black community away from the Democrat stronghold of government dependence. That's really the narrative and the way that everything is dressed down. Patricia, Joe, my co-host here, Joe Hagos, he has a question that he wanted to ask you. Go ahead, Joe.
Hey, thanks, Patricia. Hey, just a thing here, and then I want to see just a comment here and see what you think about this. You said that you don't see Democrats getting what percentage of the vote, and you don't think it's going to be how high again?
Well, usually the Democrats always get, for the past 50 years, at least 90% of the black vote. Barack Obama got historical vote support from the black community. He's got 94 and 95% both in 2008 and 2012. I'm saying that since Donald Trump's rise, and first of all, Barack Obama has failed the black community. And everybody knows that, even if they don't want to admit it. Everyone knows that. Every black American knows that. Secondly, we have Donald Trump, who has a bullhorn, and he has thrown down the game. He has put the ball in black America's court. He's saying, look at your school system, look at this, look at that. What do you have to lose? Mm-hmm. Now, you have these two things going on. Barack Obama, and you got to realize this is the first black president who is a Democrat. And it's the first black president, black man, Democrat, turned his back and failed the black community. Why else would the black people think that a white woman, Democrat, would do any better? Because they thought that, of course, my own race, he's going to take care of us. And he didn't do it. So would you? Just put yourself in that situation. If you thought the great black hope would help you, and he didn't help you, are you going to, from now on, trust the great white hope in the same party? You're not going to do that. So I'm saying that the ball is in the black people's court. And we have a lot of black people, and like I said, I get two reactions. Yes, Trump is right, and I'm going to support Trump. Yes, Trump is right. I still hate him, and I'm not going to vote for him. But I'm not going to vote for Hillary either.
Yeah, so if they had another candidate on the Democratic ticket, they might vote for the Democrat again?
No, I don't think they're going to vote for any more Democrats. Because, see, now the question is going to be, what are you going to do for me? Because now their eyes are open, I guess I should say, and they realize, that's true, you haven't done anything for me for 50 years. So the Democrats are not going to be able to run to the Congressional Black Caucus. Some of those black representatives have been in office 30 years, some of them. Their districts are ghettos.
Yes.
So they're not going to be able to, walk up on election time when it's time for them to get reelected. They're not going to be able to just get it now because they're going to be saying, what are you going to do for me?
Yeah, I was kind of one of the questions I was going to get to is, so you got these Democrats, these cities are run by these Democrats. And so, and here's another way I looked at it too. I don't think the Republican Party is in such great shape, and especially in a lot of these places. But usually in these cities, you have a Democrat running against another Democrat, so you really don't have another choice there. You got bad and worse. Yes. So you go from there. So my question is, do you think maybe instead of dependent on them to make some change that you can maybe really believe in, has some folks start running on the Republican tickets? Because I truly believe they're there for the taking, and so you start having people run as Republicans in these cities.
Yes, and they'll get it, because if Donald Trump gets in the White House, he's gonna make some changes because he's a proud business. People are results driven. Mm-hmm. Okay? He's gonna make some changes, and the dangerous part about this is, if he gets in the White House and all of a sudden the streets are getting fixed, the roads are getting repaired, the schools, the black school districts are getting new computers, how in the world can these same black politicians, Democrats, mainly Democrat black politicians are in these inner cities that run them, how can they creep up on the black community and ask for a vote? Because they're going to say, okay, you've been my representative for 20 years, and all of a sudden, Donald Trump is in the White House, and I get my street fixed. I get this pothole fixed now. So you see what I'm saying?
Yes,
They've been put in a bad situation now. So in order to get the 90% ever again, they're going to have to put out.
Well, or just get thrown out and then replace them.
Yeah, I'm saying they're going to have to, in order, you're going to have to show, you got to give black people something now, because now they have awakened.
Well, I would think it's not just showing black people, it's just show Americans that you're going to do something.
Yeah.
But see, the most loyal constituency for the Democrat Party, that's why they're trying to hold on to them. So,
okay.
are black people. White people vote Democrat, Republican, Libertarian. You know, all other races vote, you know, either party. But the majority of blacks, 90%, is one party. So that's the difference.
Sounds like things could be changing, maybe.
Oh, they are changing. They're shifting. They're shifting, and that's why Hillary Clinton stands before the world. And instead of talking about issues, she's talking about stupid stuff like birtherism. Because it was embarrassing. It was a joke.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed that the world leaders, because everybody was watching this debate.
Patricia, you said something in the discourse here with Joe that I wanted to ask you about. I want you to expound on, and maybe correct me. Maybe I heard you wrong the way that you said it. But you had made the mention that I guess the narrative, I'm going to frame it within the context of calling it a narrative. The narrative has been that the Democrat Party is always promising the black community what they're going to do, and they never do anything, and things actually under Barack Obama has gotten much worse. I thought it was funny they were talking about Donald Trump making some statement about 59% unemployment rate amongst black youth, and they're saying, no, it's only 27%. You know, he lied, it's only 20. I'm like, oh, only 27%? But you said something here about the narrative or the mindset, and I think that would be inherent to the fact that the Democrats have had such a stronghold on the black community, that they expect government to do something for them. It's like, what are you going to give me? What are you going to do for me? And that really is got to be what needs to be corrected. The narrative should be, we will provide the opportunity for you to do whatever it is you choose to do. But we've got to get away from this narrative of what is the government going to do for me. That's what has destroyed the Republican Party, is that they've bought into that narrative. Am I correct, or did I hear you right?
Well, when you keep asking people for your vote, they're going to want something in return. But the answer should be, when someone says, what are you going to do for me, the answer should be, I'm going to create a job for you, like Donald Trump is saying. I'm going to give you a better school system. That's what the answer should be. But yes, the Democrat Party, they talk about the government being the all in all to black people.
I think what he means to say is, I'm going to give you a choice. I'm going to give you a choice, and you can choose to do what you need to do with that choice.
Right.
And there are going to be two good choices, not a bad choice and a worse choice.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we got to go to a quick break here. This is our quick break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with Patricia Dixon today. I want to ask you this question, Patricia, because we've seen, as Joe mentioned earlier, such disarray in the Republican Party. It has probably never been this splintered, and we have come to the conclusion that what we have here it's no longer a political system as Democrats versus Republicans, but globalists versus nationalists. And both parties are guilty of that. We have globalists on the Republican side, and we have globalists on the Democrat side. Of course, Hillary Clinton would be the poster child for those on the left. I wanted to ask you, I'm sure by what you're telling me that Trump is the best choice at this point in time. And I don't really want you to expound on that. I would like to ask you, though, what if Trump wins, what do you really expect him to do once he steps in the White House?
Well, first thing we have to realize, because it's nationalist versus globalist, okay? I believe that everybody in our Congress, everybody in D.C. is a globalist. So Trump is going to have a fight on his hand, because they don't want him there to begin with, because they don't want him to upset that cart. their gravy train.
Right.
But I do expect, because we American citizens, we're going to hold them accountable too. So if they start fighting Trump, we're going to rise up. But I expect him to build that wall, because I believe he'll do that. I expect the wall, at least get started on it. I expect that. I expect him to renegotiate the trade deals. I expect that. Those are the main two things that I am expecting him to do in the first 4 years, and I believe he will. And as far as illegal immigration, I believe he will. Like he said, he wants to deport people, but he's going to do it in a humanely, way. He's not going to just grab them and throw them on a paddy wagon. But I believe, what Trump is going to do is he's going to let the people that's supposed to do their job do it. He's going to untie their hands, because you got to realize Barack Obama tied their hands. That's why they endorsed they endorsed Trump. ICE endorsed him. The Border Patrol endorsed him. So I think Trump is going to free them to do their job, because we already have an immigration policy on the books. We just are not enforcing it. That's what Trump is going to do. It's nothing new. He's just going to enforce the laws that's already on the books and untie the hands of the people who are supposed to be ICE and then the Border Patrol. Let them do their jobs.
Yeah. Well, I would think that the first thing you would have to do is kind of clean house, because the one thing we know now that the Obamas and the Clintons, especially the Clintons, everything they touch, they taint with corruption.
Yeah,
and the State Department, the Justice Department, and even now the FBI, these things have to be purged of all these.
Oh, my God, it's got to be.
I can't even imagine what a job that's going to be. I mean, that just I appreciate your stance on that. I personally just hope that what he does is get us some good Supreme Court justices. He's going to pick 2 or 3 if he gets in.
He's given. You saw his list, didn't you see his list? He has a lot of good ones on the list.
Yeah. So I'm hoping if he just does that, I'd be more than happy, because I think he's going. I think the wall that he's going to build, or the wall he's going to run into, is going to be Congress. I don't think the globalists are going to go down without a fight.
Yeah, that's what the fight's going to be right there. But that's going to be their money, their gravy train, and so that's where the fight's going to be.
But he does have that leverage. He will. I think he could be one of the most effective bully pulpit presidents, being able to get out in front of the American public and say, "Hey, you guys are screwing me up." Okay. Patricia, we're out of time here. I wanted to give you time to plug your blog and your website, anything that you're doing out there. You got a few minutes here to go for it.
Well, right now, the only thing I'm really active in is veterans, Orange County Republican veterans, VetRock. So any veterans out there that's in Orange County, we would like for you to join up. It's called VetRock. We have a Facebook page, and we have Facebook page. So that's one thing. Deborah Pauly and myself and a lot of other veterans are involved in. Pretty much, that's all I'm really doing right now. Writing every once in a while and doing interviews and just trying to get. I can't get past this election. Once November 8th is over, then I can do more stuff. But I haven't been doing too much of anything right now except concentrating on that.
Okay, well, let's clarify a couple things here. First of all, you email me the link to the to the Facebook page, and we'll post it on our website for people to find it. The second thing is she's talking about Orange County, California, not Orange County, Florida, and not Orange County, New York. Yes. Okay, so she said there's a lot of Orange counties out there. We're talking about Orange County, California, one of the last conservative strongholds that we actually have in California. So get in touch with her there. We thank you so much, Patricia. I certainly want to have you back. I really like your take on things. I like your honesty and your ability to articulate your thoughts. So I really appreciate you coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right. God bless you. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next time we talk to you. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Okay.